like when YoungBoy was moving around in public areas, they had what they was called. They was just screaming out "shutdown," right? You know what I mean? And which means everybody had to be out of the public way. He wouldn't walk by you. You know what I mean? So everybody got to get the fuck out of there. Get out of the hallway. They block off all the side entrances. Now, granted, is anybody gonna try to do something to YoungBoy at his own concert backstage? No, but you don't take any precautions. Now, that's his concert, and security there only really cared about him. Everybody else, get it how you live, bro. You know what I mean? So again, I could see how these things happen, but my response to Ja Rule talking about this doesn't happen in other genres, I think hip hop is the only genre where niggas have been talking crazy, saying they're gonna do X, Y, and Z to the other people, and then when they see these people at concerts, they start doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? If I don't know, if Britney Spears said that when I see Christina Aguilera, I'm slapping Earth, Wind, and Fire out of her, and I see them backstage, and I hear somebody threw something at someone, I wouldn't be that surprised. But in hip hop, there's a lot of gangsterism. There's a lot of gangsters who are like the auxiliary people. All these dudes rolling with like street niggas. You know what I mean? So I could see how this stuff erupts from time to time. So anyway, I'm glad Ja Rule's safe. But yeah, that little dust up did happen. And from what he was saying, shit, it looked like he said everything and just stopped short of saying he's gonna sue. You know what I mean? So, yo, Ja, if you're going to file a lawsuit, holler at me. I got an attorney for you. Sue them motherfuckers. Sue Live Nation. Get your bread. And, yeah, you know, it's cool over here on the civilian side. All right. All good. Chat, have y'all seen this, man? This is crazy. Now, it appears that Offset got some messy shit going on, and my boy Offset looked like he's trying to reserve a spot next to Lil Durk, okay? Now, apparently Offset and this Instagram model, they're beefing, okay? I know this girl, actually. Her name is Jordy. I think she used to date Offset's, like, assistant. Jordy and Yor. Now, the thing, I keep telling you, if you really want to know the tea on most entertainers, you got to talk to the girls. Because the women of this industry who either sleep with this guy or that guy, a lot of the times rappers, as pure as they keep it, they leave a lot of secrets with them women, which usually gets exposed or get used against them when they fall out on bad terms. By the way, ironically, this is YoungBoy's show. I was there. This is the one in Miami. I was there. She came in with Offset. So she was there with Offset in them. And looked like shit has just turned bad, right? Anyway, so it looks like she's exposing Offset for trying to set up or trying to get her to set up Stefon Diggs. I know, pretty messy. I don't know why Offset even is even involved in some shit like this. So this is her texting Set. Congrats on the album. He says thanks. He then says, where you at? By the way, you could tell he was still is Offset fucking her? I thought it was Offset's man. Is this appropriate to text your man's girl at 5 a.m.? Where you at? Anyway, okay, he texts her where you at? 5 a.m. on the 3rd. Then on the what the fuck? Stop. Jesus Christ. I'm using this page with a light screen to keep light on my face, and there's ads keep popping up. My bad. All right. So my face too bright? Anyway, I'm gonna turn this other camera on in a second. So on the 16th, Set then texts op ass nigga. Give, drop, or don't come back around. Now apparently Offset sees Shorty, and Shorty is in the club with Stefon Diggs. These women don't really got loyalty like that. Like, they're gonna be with this guy, that guy, this guy, that. Anybody that got a free section spending a little bit of change, they're probably gonna be around, all right? So look like, Offset's probably looking at this like, yo, Shorty, you were kind of like around us. Like, yo, you dated my mans. Maybe I hit. I don't know what happened. But why are you over there with Stefon Diggs? Now, he texts her, you a op-ass nigga. You better give the drop or don't come back around. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, yo, I know Lil Durk right now on his Apple Watch looking at this be like, yo, they got to let me out. Look at what this nigga doing. This nigga is texting a chick. Yo, Offset, this is incredibly dumb. This is incredibly dumb. Number one, number one, involving any woman in a potential crime, even if you're joking around, is already done. You know why it's dumb? Because as soon as she get mad at you, she gonna expose you and the crime. Yo, a chick will get mad at you and just snitch on the whole situation. Trust me, women are only loyal to their own emotions, not to you, and definitely not to the plot to commit whatever y'all want to do. So it says, give the drop or don't come back around. She texts back, just make sure I'm nowhere near. Now, God damn it, yo, the feds are looking at this like, wow, okay, this is a murder plot if I've ever seen one. What the fuck? She says, make sure I'm nowhere near. He says, now? Then she says, delete these texts while she kept the text. She says, delete these texts, but she kept the text. Perfect. Finsta, now, send message. I know Lil Durk right now saying, yo, bruv, all I did was saying don't book no fucking flights under my name. I ain't talk like this. Loose lips have sunk many ships, but goddamn. Now, look, and it says, and look like the day after, or not day after, but like hours later, it says, yo. And it says, what are you doing? In my room. Call me. All right. She says, Offset, keep violating me, but stay in my phone asking me to help set up Stefon. Please. Super tender shrimp. Now, I spoke to this young lady, chat. And this is why I keep telling y'all, if you're a dude, you want to keep women out of nigga shit. First of all, we're going to address the whole thing of Offset even possibly wanted to do something or do something violent to Stefon Diggs, right? Because I'm hoping this is like on some joke shit. I'm hoping. When I spoke to this young woman, she said the reason why this information is coming out, because I ain't gonna lie, I spoke to her before it came out. And I was trying to talk her off the ledge. I said, listen, she said, Offset been playing with me. I said, what do you mean? She said, I'm going in the club. I want my little trick. I get to the club at the same time Offset get there. And Offset tell the owner, if you let her in the club, I'm not performing. So she felt embarrassed. She said I was with a nigga. He was going to drop 20 bands in the club. She felt embarrassed. She said, oh, another time he violated me a couple weeks ago. I see him in the casino. When I see him, he's mad that I'm there. He gets me kicked out or banned from a casino for like 24 hours, whatever the fuck. So basically, this is like some Miami bullshit. But apparently she used to be around Offset and his crew. I don't know what she did. I don't know why they're upset at each other. But she felt like she got violated by Offset when they're going into a club. She told me the club, it was a Coco on the river, Coco Jones or something. Miami people know it. And I guess she shows up with some other dude. Offset shows up, and basically Offset says, yo, get this bitch out of here. If y'all let her in, I'm not performing. You know what that tells her? I'm coming online to expose this nigga. Right? And not only expose this nigga, because when she told me about it, I said, I think you shouldn't probably do this. Why? It's going to bubble up into a big story, because anytime people see shit about backdoor Tings, it's, at least for me, it's taken really serious, right? Nevertheless, she was so upset. She posted it anyway, and I can't validate the veracity of these messages, even though she claimed it is from Offset. But I will say this to my brother Offset. Offset, I understand that maybe you and Stefon Diggs are not seeing eye to eye. Maybe some of it is due to how, people have perceived your relationship with Cardi B at this point in relation to his relationship. However, don't trick yourself off the street, my brother. Also, this chick has now made the block hot, because trust and believe, if I see messages, if I'm Stefon Diggs, and I don't know if he's a street dude or whatever, but you don't got to be a street dude to have this mindset, because I would have this mindset. If I seen messages of a dude texting a girl saying, give me the drop on act now that I could go spin, and she's responding saying, just do what you got to do. Make sure I'm not close. I got to give that person a Ruri treatment. I got to think it's up for life. We're not cool. This is not something we could just dap it up over. Because, again, even though I think clearly nothing, or I'm hoping nothing was done as a result of these text messages, seeing somebody plot on you, I don't know if that's forgivable. But where the things have happened, I've seen Wife and Lucy dap it up and take arm shots with Young Thug. So, and there was some Mama House stuff that I got. So I don't know. Maybe this is a forgivable thing. For me, I think this is unforgivable. Like, if I'm Stefon Diggs, Offset, you better not come within 100 yards of me, right? And also, fuck Thanksgiving. My kids ain't going over there. My girl ain't going over there. And you better not come over where we at. We gonna have to do this very separate. Because if you now plotting on my demise, I essentially either have to plot on your demise or I gotta stay the fuck away from you. But we can't be cool. There's no being cool after this. I would think. You get what I'm saying? Somebody says, is all this behind Cardi? Well, see, this is where it gets a little tricky. I'm pretty sure if Offset speaks on this, like, or, I don't think he's ever spoken on, like, his thoughts on Stefon Diggs. I'm pretty sure he would say what niggas always say. Yo, it's not even about shorty. It's how this nigga doing some shit. Or, yo, this nigga think he could play with me. It's always like that. But essentially, Cardi B is the common denominator. Now, I do think this put Cardi B in a really precarious situation. Right? And this is where I think I'll respectfully, this is going to define what type of woman Cardi B is to me. Because anytime you see two niggas that's ready to either hurt each other or possibly kill each other, and the person in the middle, not saying she's amping it, is Cardi, when it gets to the point of this, where I know Stefon Diggs is reading this text message better than he's ever read a football play. He reading this shit better than the playbook right now. He's like, what the fuck? Them niggas is trying to lie me? Yes, nigga. It is upon Cardi B to understand that these two men are probably teetering at the point of extreme violence if they come in contact with each other. Okay? Which means you have children with both of them. It is incumbent on you, especially a chick like Cardi B who comes from, she a brim, right? She come from the streets. You should know, unless you want one of your baby daddies to go to jail or get killed, you need to handle that in a certain way. Which I would also believe all them Twitter spaces shit should probably stop. If these niggas is saying, let's set this nigga up behind the scenes, and maybe I look at this a little bit more serious. When niggas start talking about setting people up, I only see it one way. Nobody. Have you ever heard of a nigga say, yo, set him up that we beat him up? Or set him up that we kill him? Or maybe they just set him up to jump him. And they're in Miami. There ain't no jumping going on. Nigga, it's death. What the hell? So anyway. So then she posts, my bad. And then that's the thing, man. Let me see. Has she posted anything else? Yeah. Oh, my God. Now, it looked like she's posted Offset messaging her again. Is that Offset's profile picture? Offset. What's Offset's Instagram? Oh, he deleted his Instagram? Oh, it looked like he deleted it. Okay. So, I guess this is Offset messaging her before he deleted. He says, get back, gang. She sends a kissy emoji. He says, you should go back home to Tampa. You can't go nowhere here. Work none. You will see. She says, I'll be all right, boo. Now, I also told this girl this same thing. So she called me trying to consult me. And I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you should go up with this. If you're mad at him about whatever, it was clear she was like, nah, I'm putting something out. I said, can't you just call him gay or something? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was trying to pick up for him. Because she's telling me, like, yo, I got the messages. This nigga wanted me to set up Stefon Diggs. I'm like, so I'm saying to her, I'm like, can't you just do what every girl do? Just say he got a little dick or something. Like, yo, like, do something like that. She was like, nah, he gonna learn. Okay? Now, while I'm trying to talk her off the ledge, I tell her, I say, baby girl, not only should you care about how big this is gonna get when you post it, you should care about your own safety too, right? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is, like, when you do this is how people go get the other girls to jump you. Like, you know what I mean? You might want to not post this for even your safety. And not only because of what maybe Offset might do, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure Stefon Diggs right now is saying, wait, this chick I had in my section was trying to set me up? You don't look good. You don't look good. There's nothing in this that has you looking attractive. And to everybody else that might, yeah, you're a beautiful girl, right? You're a beautiful girl. But let me ask y'all, if y'all knew a girl was down to set up another nigga, well, y'all horny. Y'all probably be like, what? She look like this? I'm fucking. Yeah, y'all gonna fuck, right? But that was what I was trying to say. I was like, yo, baby girl, if you're down to put out messages to expose that you were asked to set up somebody else. It's not like you were asked and say, hey, that's below my character. I would never do such a thing. You should seemingly agree to say, I bet. Just make sure I ain't nowhere close to this shit. When y'all start spraying, y'all come with the switchy, make sure I'm out of there. It kind of says you're the backdoor Ting, right? What that does to your image is that dudes might be like, I got to be careful of her. Because everybody got an enemy. And if they feel like you're on another nigga's dick more than theirs, they probably think you'll set them up too. So I try to warn her. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't give two fucks, bro. She ain't give no fucks. So I guess Offset is like threatening to blackball her or something. I think she works at some strip clubs down there. And so she says, I'll be all right, boo. He says, all owner. And he says, I don't know what that means. And she says, tender off the bone. It says, hey, you should go home to your kids. Oh, wait. It's kind of crazy, chat. It's kind of crazy. Now, chat, if you're Stefon Diggs, what do you do? What do you do if you're Stefon Diggs and this information is news to you? Now, we're kind of operating as if we believe that Stefon Diggs did not know. Somebody says, BMC says, cut the cap. Offset can't be a man's. Offset is my man's. Nigga, I know the girl. She called me saying, hey, listen, I got some exclusive shit I want you to post. I said, what is it? She said, Offset been playing with me, and he done play with me for the last time. I said, Offset's my man's, but what's up? She said, well, I got these text messages. No, she tells me about this whole thing. She says, yo, I got kicked out the club. He saw me at a club. I'm with this trick or whatever. I don't know. What does that mean, trick? So I'm with this guy. He's about to spend 20 bands in the club. I'm with him. We got a section. We're trying to get up in the club. And when we're trying to get up in the club, Offset is there. He shows up at the same time to the club. He had a hosting. I said, okay. She said, well, Offset tells me, or tells the owner, Coco, yo, if you let this bop in here, I'm good. I ain't performing. I'm straight. So the owner tells her, hey, shorty, beat it. And even tells supposedly the dude that was going to spend all his money, her guy, both y'all beat it because we were paying Offset and Offset's more important. So she's upset. So she's like, I want to drop these messages. I said, okay. Is it something? Could you sleep on it? Nah, she don't want to sleep on it. I said, what do you have? She says, I got these messages, but it's message that he's trying to set up Stefon Diggs. I said, shorty, I'm going to keep it a being with you. Do not put that up. If you put that type of shit up, you are going to expose, well, first of all, it's going to go worldwide. Right now, anything with Stefon Diggs and Offset, he just brings in Cardi B, and it's gonna be a huge topic. I said, do you really want to be in the middle of that? Because at first she was like, oh, I want to put it out anonymously. And I was like, yeah, I'm not putting it. Yeah, I ain't lying. So I'm like, if you're mad at the nigga, just go online and call him gay or something. Like, just do some other shit. Don't do this. After like 20 minutes of me trying to talk her down, and she telling me other instances of him violating her, she's like, fuck that, I'm putting that shit up. So that's how it happened. So I don't know how somebody be like, yo, Offset, nigga, I can't control the girl. And everybody knows I talk to these chicks. I talk to these bops. This is how I get the info. Anytime when I see an Instagram model hit me and says, Ak, can I call you? I know they're about to expose somebody. I just don't know who. Listen, I stay close to the Instagram thotties. I'm telling y'all the truth. I stay close to them. That's how I find out all the news. That's why I knew all Metro Boomin's business. That's part of my job. My gig is to talk to the disgruntled strippers, I talk to all of them. So this idea that you're saying Offset's not my man's because of that. Anyway, by the time I got off the phone with her, I was just like, yo, listen, do what you will. She said, I'm gonna send the shit to Shade Room. And if they don't post it, I'm posting it myself. She clearly posted it, and then it's up here. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Okay. Somebody say I'm being a bird. How am I being a bird? Nigga, I can't tell a chick what to do. Anyway, I will just say, I don't see how this is a win for her necessarily, because if she works in the clubs and relies on people in this, like, again, I told you, I saw her at the fucking YoungBoy show, and she's with Offset and his people. If you rely on those type of people in this industry, you look bad because, number one, you're exposing shit on some Selena Powell shit. Number two, you're setting people up, or you are seemingly down to set people up. That looks bad. And then if you're Offset, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm Offset, it now puts you in a place where even if you were joking, right? Like, let's say he was joking, right? Which I don't know if that would be a joke, but let's say he was joking, right? He now got to be ready, like, or thinking that Stefon Diggs is not taking this as a joke. Because I would imagine Stefon Diggs doesn't take this as a joke, right? So anyway, we'll see how Cardi B plays it, if she even reacts to it. But I hope these men stay far the fuck away from each other. And hopefully this doesn't turn into any more internet back and forth, honestly, right? Okay. All right. All righty then. All right, do I gotta go get my dogs? All right. Should we get into the Milagro case? By the way, that topic with the Offset situation and Shorty, this is why sometimes you just gotta take the L with these girls, bro. You know what I mean? Especially if they know anything about you. Because when they bring it to online, like, she doesn't care that she's throwing herself under the bus by looking like a backdoor Ting. She just wants it to be abundantly clear that you're trying to do some dumb shit, right? And what does that do? Well, the fans gonna start looking at you. If that nigga even trips, they start looking at you. Niggas still gonna be horny as hell and thirsty as hell and bring her around. Like, bro, she looks good. Like, in the history of time, we've seen a girl that looks good, no matter what she does, she still gets a million opportunities to be around other men. So it is what it is. Okay. Bobby Althoff. I do want to get into this Bobby Althoff thing. And what else? Hold on. I think I'm gonna bring in my dogs, honestly. They just keep like barking. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but they just keep barking. Okay. I do want y'all to hear. Okay, so there's some quick updates going on with this Celeste.
I don't know if these messages are real or fake, but lady named Wo Senpai, she exposed messages. Her and little baby, trying to buy her She wanted a Rolls Royce from Lil Baby. I guess there were cooler clothes. I don't even know if it was Lil Baby or it might be her salty ex on her Instagram exposing stuff, and he just changed the name or I don't know. But hey, I don't know, man. You guys gotta let me know what you guys think about everything. And yeah, it's your boy Big X News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And you think these messages are real or cap?